50, 45, there goes Davis.
Oh my God!
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of The Dream Wager presented by Viva Tequila Seltzer, episode 510. Today is Monday, March 24th, 2025. And Elvis, no more perfect brackets, kid. I mean,
Shocker.
Shocker. I mean, it's I know people are upset. It's a little chalky of a lot of favorites are winning, but let's not kid ourselves. I know we want some upsets, but we're getting better matchups. And to be honest, I don't for you, but for me, I don't want to see a St. Peter's or a Fairleigh Dickinson make a run and then get blown out in the Elite Eight. That's not fun for me or them.
I understand, but there's no madness. It's just March. In all honesty, it's just March. No madness. So as a fan perspective, do I want to see some future accountant knock out a top 5 team? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
but we get better matchups down the road now.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. But I'm talking about first 2 rounds. Could have been more exciting.
Could have been, yeah.
Now to go on the other perspective.
Yeah.
One thing I can say, the NIL thing is working because we're only seeing Power 4 schools. We're not, the highest seed is a 6. So clearly the NIL is working. So me personally, I would love to see a couple upsets.
Arkansas, shout out my boy Calipari, knocking out St. John's. We'll talk about that, but he's a 10 seed, which he shouldn't be a 10 seed.
He shouldn't be a 10 seed. So we give them credit. But other than that, though, it's just March, no madness.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people have been making that point with the whole NIL. Shout out Amir Khan, the manager with the boombox. He got a big NIL
and he's going
deal.
And he's going to NC State as well.
Yeah, with the coach. He's following the coach. Shout out Wade.
Yeah,
he's a good coach as well. And I actually liked it. People were getting mad at him. People were like, oh, he accepted the job before the tournament. But at least he was transparent with his team. He said, listen, he could have left last year. He had offers last year, and he chose and said, you know what, I'm going to come back. And, hey, with the NIL deal, he could bring some of these players now. That's the thing. So he was up front. And honestly, we've all played sports, Elvis. I would rather have a coach that was up front and honest with me and saying, hey, listen, guys, I'm probably going to leave. So you guys should be open about where you want to go next too. If you don't want to stay, I respect that, honestly, and be like, hey, tip your cap. He went to Clemson. They winded up beating Clemson in the first round. And now he's going to be like, fuck Duke, fuck North Carolina. I'm going to NC State. So I have no problem with the way he handled it. I know he was getting a lot of slack online, but what are your thoughts real quick on that?
Me personally, I think he handled it the way you should.
Yeah.
I'd rather a coach tell me straight up and be forward with me than the season's over. And then I hear I get a notification. Oh, my coach is off to another team. That's crazy.
How many times have we heard where they were like, oh, I'm not talking to this school, and then they accept a job?
Come on.
That's what I don't fuck with. That's shady.
In my opinion, in the internet and the online, people are gonna talk regardless. At the end of the day, he's a good head coach, and he was up front with his team.
Yeah. Exactly. I thought he did it the right way. But, yeah, we'll go through it real quick. I mean, first round, like you said, all the top seeds really advanced. On Friday, there was really no upset. Everyone kind of maybe Colorado State. I mean, Memphis. What's going on with your boy Penny Hardaway?
First of all, I want to say I was wrong, 100%. I took Memphis round 1.
Yeah.
My gut feeling said, you know what, you might want to lean with. I said, nah. This is a slap in the face to Penny. This is a must-win game.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was a must-win game for Penny.
It was.
And he couldn't win. So now, Is it a fireable offense?
I mean, he fired everyone in the offseason, all of his assistants, and said, you know what, we need to change because, yeah, we get to the dance, but we keep losing. Nothing is changing.
That's my thing. They brought him in to do a job. They couldn't reach the dance. He's been getting to the dance, but you begin to eliminate round one of the dance each year, and it's always to a lesser team. Not saying Colorado is much worse, but at the end of the day, you look at on paper, you lost to 11 seed. That's not good.
12 seed, and
12.
But shout out Colorado State. They've had
nice.
a hell of a tournament.
Like I said, they were live. I just thought, out of respect and disrespect to Memphis / Penny, they were going to handle business the same way I told you North Carolina was going to take care of business in the first 4 games before the tournament, just because of disrespect.
Well, shout out, the other upset on Friday was St. John's. No, it was what's his name? Fuck, I totally drew a blank. But New Mexico's coach, it was the Lobos coach. I'm drawing a fucking blank. Now it's gonna come to me later.
It's
but
come in like 12 minutes.
But no, they wound up beating number 7 seed Marquette and New Mexico. That was a nice one as well. And then Saturday, we'll talk about it. That's when really the second round started. Auburn, who kind of really started the season, or not ended the season, I mean, shaky, kind of really come into form. They beat and take care of Creighton, a very good coach by Doug McDermott's father. He winds up winning. Gonzaga, they were close. You know, they played Houston very good. Houston got back to the Sweet 16. LJ Cryer. He's fantastic. He had 30 points. There it is. Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino's son, it was the coach of St. John of New Mexico, and he wound up getting to the second round. So it was nice to see. But yeah, I mean, I think that was the biggest upset so far was Arkansas, Coach Cal against Rick Pitino. I'll ask you because I have an opinion. Letdown of a season. I know they won the Big East, but you're the number 2 seed, and they shot the ball terribly against Arkansas, and they wind up losing by 9 to Arkansas. Coach Cal gets to the Sweet 16 again.
To be honest, you know, I understand they had a great year and everything, but it's NC State. You know, if this was, you know, Cooper Flag and Duke, I'd be like, you know what, that's a bad sign. If this was one of these other consistent Power 5 schools, I'd be like, okay. But NC State,
no, Arkansas.
Oh, remember. Arkansas. I'm sorry. If with Arkansas, Dill, at the end of the day, it was a great matchup. In my opinion, Arkansas is not that great. In my opinion, Arkansas is not that great. You got to give Pitino credit. I honestly thought they would have lost, but they ended up beating them in the second round, advancing to the Sweet 16. But in my opinion, Arkansas wasn't never really that good, though.
Arkansas has been kind of up and down this season. They started 0-5 in SEC conference, and then they kind of went on this run. But, you know, anything could happen at the dance. Coach Cal coached them really well. They don't like each other, Coach Cal and Rick Pitino. You could see it. I mean, but they always say they don't have a rivalry, but this is a history that's been going back, 40, 50 years now. So they really don't like each other. They were kind of jawing at each other. They shook hands before even the last whistle to just kind of get out of there. So upset. But yeah, St. John's a lot of people had them winning, going to the Final Four.
That I didn't understand.
They were never a good shooting team.
To me, they were overrated. See, to me, there's a handful, not a handful, but a couple teams that should have at least been ranked ahead of St. John's. Just a couple, not a bunch, just a couple. Because, like I said, they're not consistent enough. Yes, you know, the NIL deal, now they're making some noise, but some of these other teams are more consistent. They have, you know, juniors, seniors who's been there and done that. St. John's,
but you got to respect that they won the Big East.
I respect it, but at the end of the day, where were they the past 3 years?
No, they were in an unknown, but Rick Pitino changed that culture. He changed the program.
Gotta give credit to Rick. Yes, gotta give credit where it's due. But at the end of the day, I want consistency, though.
No, I agree.
Like who I've been criticizing Houston. You
Yeah.
know why? Now they made it to Sweet 16. About time. What we've been seeing these last 3 years when they've been a consistently top 14.
Yeah, they can't get over the hump. We'll see. We'll see what they could do. Tennessee, they're legit. They knock off UCLA. Lanner, he had 20 points. He's fantastic. Texas Tech, they took care of business against Drake. 77-64. It's nice to see Drake get over the hump as well. Get finally to the second day. BYU, man, that was a tough matchup for Wisconsin. They didn't play well in the Big Ten down the stretch, and then they had to play the whole tournament in elevation, 6 games at elevation. Tough draw, but BYU, man, they're a really good team. Mountain West, McNeese, their story run wind up coming to a halt. Purdue gets back to the Sweet 16, and then Michigan. I know this was it's a 5 upsetting of 4, but man, Michigan really went on a run in that second half. I think they finished the game on a 20-2 run or something like that. It was insane. They get back to this Sweet 16 as well. And then yesterday, Sunday, got to give your credit to Dan Hurley and UConn. They fought like champions, and they didn't go out. Last 14 tournament games, 14-0 ATS. They lost, but they covered by a mile. So we will see a new champion. Are you mad Dan Hurley was mad at the refs and kind of said, and those antics? Honestly, it's good. It's a shocker. No, it's Dan Hurley. He's like that. He is good for college basketball. It would be a shocker if he came out and said the refs didn't fuck him, if I'm being honest. So it's insane.
Am I shocked by it? No, but as a reigning 2-time champion, as a head coach, to me, you gotta be a better leader of men and a better example. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Could he have handled the ending better? In my opinion, absolutely.
But it wouldn't be true to himself.
Was he wrong?
No.
But does he need to be a better leader and a better example? Absolutely. Especially when you're the 2-time reigning champions. Other than that, he wasn't wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting. I thought people would have hated him regardless, whatever he did. I wasn't really mad that he did that.
Put it this still.
Mm-hmm.
You came on this show when a head coach in the NFL did something very similar, and it was a problem. Do you know the coach name?
Oh, yes, the Eagles coach, right?
Nick Sirianni against the Chiefs.
Yes.
You had an issue with that.
But the difference is, and now he has won. He wasn't a Super Bowl champion at that point. Dan Hurley is a back-to-back national champion.
I give you that. There's
he could do anything he want.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I said he's not wrong.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
He's
not wrong. But as the reigning
back-to-back
national champ,
you
got to be a little better of an example.
Yeah, but like you said, the whole NIL deal, that we're in an era now where the UConns, where Florida's back, Duke, Alabama, Michigan State, like Kentucky, all these blue bloods.
They got money, they coming.
Yeah, they are coming. So yeah, Florida, they edged out. They will get to the Sweet 16. Duke, I mean, this guy
dominated.
Oh my God, Duke dominated. They've dominated the tournament so far.
The game was over the first 10 minutes.
I mean, the guy Proctor didn't miss, and then they had the 5'8" guy who sits on the bench. It's so funny when a 5'8" guy is like, he's on the Duke team. Like, that's crazy to me. But Alabama, they roll St. Mary's as well. New Mexico State, man, they gave them a run for their money. They were leading at half, but this Tom Izzo team just doesn't give up. They wind up kind of stretching the lead, and they wind up winning by 8. Tom Izzo back to another Sweet 16. It's just right to see Tom Izzo back in the Sweet 16. Kentucky, they beat Illinois. They are legit as well. Kentucky. Ole Miss, they wind up upsetting Iowa State 91-78. That game was kind of never close. As well. And then Colorado State, that was probably the game of yesterday, of Sunday. They take the lead with about 6 seconds left. And then the guy, what was his name? Do you know his name? What's his
I
name?
forgot his name
Oh,
already.
Derek Queen. Derek Queen, they asked him in the huddle. They said, the coach said, "Who wants the ball?" And he said, "Give me the fucking ball." He said, "I'm from Baltimore." Going to a school from Baltimore. I was like, "Ooh, I like that." Because to be honest, kids from Baltimore are really like that. Now, did he travel? Yes. Now, do you call it there? You never call that play.
Yeah.
He took 3 steps. It doesn't matter. But what a hook
4.
shot. He might have he might have taken 4. But what a win from the Terps. Derek Queen sends them into the Sweet 16. I'll say this, Colorado State should not be hanging their heads. They played a hell of a game, and they played well enough to win that game.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I could say, I'm surprised that there's only been one buzzer beater so far, and it happened last night. To me, that's like I said, it's been March, no madness. But give credit to Maryland reaching the Sweet 16. Like you said, Colorado State should not be hanging your head. That was first of all, it was a great round of 64, and then round of 32, you give Maryland your all. That was a number 4 seed, you know. So give credit, Colorado State. Like I said, man, even against Memphis, I wouldn't be shocked if they won. I just think Memphis was disrespected. And give credit to Maryland for winning. It's gonna be a tough matchup against number 1 Florida, but good job on the win.
And then the Sweet 16, they do start this Thursday. We'll have picks on Thursday's show. Kid, I was looking because I went to the Devils game and they got the banners up already for March Madness at the Prudential Center. Tickets are bread. The first game is at 7:00. It's number 6 BYU against number 2 Alabama. And then the second game for that night in Newark, Duke and number 4 Arizona. Tickets, the lowest tickets to get in. Can you guess how much?
Lowest ticket to get in. Duke, Arizona, correct?
Well, if you buy one ticket, you see both games.
That's why. All right. Cheapest ticket, Prudential Center, Newark. I'm gonna say $470.
No, it's $250.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
But that's the nosebleed. You want a good seat.
That's why I said $470 for.
Yeah. So, and then the other Sweet 16 is in San Francisco. Lowest ticket to get in was $95. I'll go see that. That's doable for me. And then Maryland, Florida. That's the 7:39 game in San Francisco, and then Arkansas, Coach Cal taking on Texas Tech. That is the 10:00 game on Thursday, and then Friday. We got in Atlanta, Georgia, the 2 games. Ole Miss taking on Michigan State. Michigan State, they have a chance to go to the Elite Eight. I really want to see Tom Izzo and Michigan State wind up going to the Final Four again. It just seems right. Really good SEC matchup, Kentucky versus Tennessee in Indianapolis. That's at 7:30. Michigan, Auburn. How cool would it be to see Michigan versus Michigan State? We'll see if they could get by number 1 seed Auburn. That's at 9:30 on Friday. And then at 10:00 game, we got Purdue at Houston in Indianapolis. So any predictions real quick? Sweet 16, what are we thinking here?
I've been saying, I'm on record saying Houston are frauds.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to take the +7.5 early, people. If you want to take the number now, take it now. If you think it's going to drop to 6.5, 7, by all means. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to 8, Dale. So love the 7.5. If it gets to 8, I might take it again.
Yeah, I got some plays here. They're obviously going to be official when we drop them, but I've already put in some. The Duke game, I really like Duke. I mean, the way they've been playing. I know Arizona's good, but 8, I'll lay the 8 here with Duke as well. Florida's at laying 6.5. It's hard not to take Maryland too. It's hard not to take the Terps here. Derek Queen giving the team a little momentum as well. I think that is a very viable play as well. Alabama laying 4. BYU, I'm a believer. I might be a believer as well. might take the problem is the whole tournament has been so chalky with favorites winning. It's hard to take underdogs at this
I'm
point.
taking straight dogs.
Wow, you're gonna go
316. I'm taking still. I'm taking Maryland plus 6.5 against Florida. I'm going straight dogs.
Wow.
It hasn't been no madness in early in March so far.
Mm.
End of the month, starting Thursday, starting Friday evening. I think we're gonna start witnessing some madness.
The only dog, the only favorite besides Duke, Friday, the early game at 7:00, Michigan laying 2.5. That seems very small. I know Ole Miss is playing really good right now, but I thought they would open a 5.5 point favorite. So I really like Michigan State laying the 2.5 as well. I thought Auburn being an 8-point favorite, I thought that was kind of high, especially the way Michigan has been playing. Tennessee is laying 4.5. I thought that was spot on. All these numbers are kind of spot on to me. You know, Houston is laying 7.5. I think that's spot on as well. So I'm kind of treading lightly here, just worrying about my bracket. People are mad at my job. They're mad. They offered me to do a bracket, and then they're like, and then they wrote in the chat, "Oh, it's not fair. Dylan does a sports podcast. That's why he's leading." Don't ask me.
Don't invite me next
Don't
time.
invite me. Once I heard the winner gets a $150 Visa gift card, I was in there. I was in there like swimwear. You know me. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to sit down, do my bracket. I got like 4 wrong. I was like, fuck the spread. I just want to pick winners.
Yeah, straight winners. Money.
So, and then all the brackets went to shit when St. John's went down. My Florida ticket. It was hot yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. I was sweating when UConn almost had them on the brink. But yeah, March Madness has been a little chalky, but I am not disappointed at all. All right, kid, let's get to the NFL. We had some news over the weekend. Real quick, Brandon Cooks.
Oh yeah, Brandon Cooks.
Going back to his old team. He was a former first-round pick back in 2014 from the Saints. He goes back on a 2-year, $13 million deal. In 2014, he started 31 games over the span with the Saints, caught 215 passes, over 2,000 yards, 20 touchdowns. Now he returns. I like it a little bit.
Realistically, with the injuries the Saints dealt with last year on the outside, we saw, Rashid go down, Chris Olave, multiple concussions. Alvin Kamara couldn't finish the season. For 2 years, $13 million. I think Brandon Cook is a nice addition. I don't love it, but is he gonna be a pretty good third option on the outside? Absolutely. Chris Olave is still gonna be the number one. Shahid's still gonna be the deep threat. I like Brandon Cooks as the third option over the middle. So if you ask me, he's a vet. Been there, done that in the biggest games, the smallest games, and I think it's gonna help the offense, and it's gonna bring more depth as well, because we know the amount of injuries they dealt with last season.
More help for the New England Patriots. You guys signed free agent offensive tackle Trent Brown to a 1-year deal up to $3 million. He was last played with the Texans. Guys are beefing that lineup. Got to protect Drake May now.
That's Mike Vrabel's boy. Come on now. We got him on a nice, friendly deal. Vrabel talked to him. He's like, yo, look, sign a nice deal. You saw how much money we spent. Sign a good deal this year. We take care of you next year. Just leave it all on the field.
You guys are taking the right steps. I'm a Jet fan, but you guys are having a very nice offseason. I'll say that.
First time ever, I can honestly say. Most money we ever spent, I could say, in 3 seasons.
I mean, to be honest, kid, you never really had to.
Well, a couple of years ago, we signed what?
You traded for
Hunter
Randy.
Hunter Henry.
Mm-hmm.
The first year without Brady. Belichick spent some money. He didn't go all out, but we got 2 tight ends. We got a couple pieces, but it didn't really work out. But now we're blowing the bag, man. We're going all in. All in.
I love it. Man, I was really bummed out over the weekend, not because of my college plays, but because, I called you. I was like, and it was late at night. I was like, oh, this man's sleeping. I was like, I knew it. I was like, if you don't know, he has bedtime, even on the weekends. It don't matter.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here. I was like, fuck, I got to talk to someone. My girlfriend really doesn't know how I'm feeling right now about this signing. And I was right. He was coming to New York, just the wrong team. I really wanted him to come to my team, but best quarterback in free agency, man. Jameis Winston. He goes to the Giants, 2 years, $8 million deal. They are expected, reading all the reports from the New York media and everything, they are expected to add another quarterback to this roster, maybe obviously from the draft. I think they still need a young quarterback. Maybe they draft one at 3, but Browns, they were 2-5 in the games that Winston started. 62% completion percentage, over 2,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, right on par. Right on par with Jameis Winston, but man, they got themselves a dog. I was so mad. I really wanted fucking the Jets to get him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's the starter come week 1 for the Giants.
No, I wouldn't be surprised at all, especially if they draft, either Ward, Shador, whoever they go after. Wouldn't be surprised at all, because I think you're not expecting anything from Jameis or these young rooks. You want to bring them in, something like what the Patriots did last year. We started Jacoby Brissett. We know what Jacoby Brissett is, and then we let Drake May come in and do his thing. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Jameis starts the first 5 to 6 games for the New York Giants, and then let either Cam or Shador take over the helm. I like the move, Dill. In my opinion, I'm going to draft Malik Neighbors possibly in the first round. If Jameis is announced the week 1 started, and you know us, I do our draft real late. I'm talking about Tuesday night. Game is Thursday. If Jameis is named week 1 starter, Malik Neighbors might have to be a top 5 pick, because we saw the season he put up last year. If he gets Jameis or gunslinging Jameis, we might see a historic year for a Giants wide receiver. So, don't love the move, but in my opinion, they needed a guy, and Jameis, he's pretty good at
legend
times. At times. I'm not gonna talk bad about Jameis. He's pretty good at times. He will turn the ball over, but he will put you in games.
He's a leader of men, and the locker room will love him. He is a leader.
Great personality.
I bet you could go every locker room that he's ever been in. No one will ever say a bad thing about Jameis.
We're on a podcast, and I'm not even saying a bad thing about
him. I can't say anything.
Shout out the Seminoles. Shout out Jameis. Man. Probably the last time we would ever say shout out the Seminoles on the show.
Yeah, fuck Florida State.
Yeah, shout out Jameis.
Man, I really wish the fucking Jets got him. He was beating out Justin Fields for the starting spot. I promise you he was. No, he was. No, he was. Come on, bro.
He was. Justin, right. Look, like you tell me, who was undefeated last year as a starting quarterback?
That is fair. That is right. Now
I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what you tell me.
You're right. Hey.
No, I'm not right. You're right.
No, I know. And what was Jameis? 2-5. Justin Fields, baby.
Who he beat? The Ravens and the Steelers.
And talking about the Steelers, perfect transition. Thank you. Speaking of Jet quarterbacks, former Jet quarterback Aaron Rodgers, he did visit with the Steelers facility, met with Mike Tomlin, met with the ownership on Friday, coaching staff. No deal was discussed at the time. They spent about 6 hours at the facility meeting their coaches, going through things. According to all the reports, it said it was very positive. The two sides will stay in touch. No deal or is imminent, meaning, it's going to come very quick. One, do you like this potential marriage, or do you see maybe another possible quarterback? Because you saw Cameron, not Jordan Cameron. It was another Cameron from the Steelers that was just like, listen, we don't want you going in the dark. Either you're a Steeler or you're not. We don't want to be playing that bullshit. Forgot who said that. It was Cameron Hayward. Thank you. He was the guy from the Steelers that said, you know what? That's your pitch. That's my pitch to you. We're the Pittsburgh Steelers. Either you're with us or you're not. So I like the fit, honestly. I think Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers, and we saw it. Last 5-6 weeks of the year, Aaron Rodgers, fully healthy, was dealing. He was dealing.
I'm playing at a better level than Russ was.
100. He was playing at a top 10 level. I mean, it was actually very positive to see, and that's why I was advocating on the pod and out and now in public, I was like, hey, bring him back a year. He's finally healthy. This is what he could do for you for 1 year, kind of be a bridge quarterback. So I think the marriage could be good. They got some weapons. They have more weapons than the Jets, I will say. They have a better defense. I think it's just hard to play in that tough division. That's the one thing.
Yes, I could say that. Realistically, I think this is the only marriage that's left to marry, Dill. In my opinion, I think Aaron Rodgers, he doesn't want to go somewhere to rebuild. He wants to go somewhere to contend for a championship. In my opinion, the only suitor I see left is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is there a small chance that Aaron Rodgers will be forced to retire if the Pittsburgh Steelers don't offer him a deal? Because what other team? I'm not saying there's no other team out there that's trying to offer Aaron Rodgers a deal. All I'm saying is, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think we might see Aaron Rodgers retire. We saw Mike McCarthy not get a head coaching job this cycle. Right now, it's getting later and later. Draft about what? A month away? About 30 days away, right? A little less. And Aaron Rodgers still doesn't have a job. And the only team out there that makes any sense is the Pittsburgh Steelers still. So the fact that they didn't get a deal done is a little interesting. So my hot take of the day is, don't be surprised if Aaron Rodgers is either Pittsburgh Steeler before the draft, or he's end up retiring before the draft.
Right now, March 24th, about 3:30, what would you say? I think he signs with the Steelers.
I say that's the only thing that makes sense for him moving forward. Steelers need a quarterback. I personally think they're a quarterback away, especially after adding DK Metcalf. We know what they're going to be a top 10 defense. We already know that with Mike Tomlin. What's been hurting them past few years is the quarterback play, especially inconsistency at the quarterback play. Honestly, we might not see the 4-time reigning MVP Aaron Rodgers, but if he could just be consistent at the position, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers will be the perfect destination for Aaron Rodgers.
We will see. We will see. Let's go to the NBA real quick. Only thing I had, Steph Curry, he did have an MRI on his pelvic area. He had no structural damage.
Did you hear the smack of when he hit the ground?
No.
Watch the video.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know me. I'm not a Steph lover. Everybody knows I don't love Steph.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that man, 36-year-old man, had an MRI, was negative, and should be clear to play in a few days, in my opinion, is a flat-out miracle. This man has arthritis in his ankles. Like, if people who don't know, Steph Curry has bad ankles, both of them. And the fact that he was able to fall on his back the way he did and not get seriously injured, to me, I'm surprised by it. I'm surprised by it. So shout out Steph. Hopefully he recovers, because we've seen the pace the Warriors are on. I think they lost 2 games since the trade deadline. Jimmy Butler, since the addition of Jimmy Butler, I hate to say it, the Warriors are championship contenders, in my opinion. And without Steph Curry, all that's out the window. So, Steph, rest up. If you have to take an extra week, by all means do it. You're 36, my brother. Take an extra week. But still, after the show, watch the video of him.
Yeah, you got to send it to me.
Hear it. You go be like, no way, it's negative, everything.
Real quick, before we get to our plays, Swipe just texted me and said, yo, you
no.
too?
Yeah, I said no. I was like, if I get a new job, but I'll be too tired, man.
Let me know if you're interested in joining a men's league.
Yeah, Sundays.
Baseball might be back, boys.
Yeah. Remember, I was an alien. I played hardball on Sundays for 2-3 years. I was a coach as well. Shout out Joey. But to do it now,
tough.
At 30 years old, basically.
And you got a girl now.
I got 3 dogs.
Like, 3 dogs is crazy. Yeah,
it's a lot going on. Going on. So I don't know if I'm able to do that at this moment.
Said nah.
I said nah.
I was gonna at least say I'll think about it, but
no, you know me, I'm straightforward.
And I appreciate.
If you ever need an honest opinion, hit your boy.
But all right, kid, that's all I got for the weekend. Also, prayers up for the big man's R.I.P. George Foreman. I mean, I know a lot of people they know him for the Foreman grill, but the guy was a fucking menace and a legend in the boxing ring. And coming back after all those years and reclaiming gold and winning the heavyweight title. If I know a lot of people of our generation don't know him, but like you said, after the show, go and watch a George Foreman performance. That man had fucking bricks in his hands. He was an absolute menace. So, yeah, very, very sad day, and only 74. So, R.I.P. to big man. Did that news hit your timeline?
Yeah, I saw it. Rest in peace to one of the greatest boxers of all time. I understand he never gets considered in the conversation, but for the people that have watched, I didn't personally watch him. Put that clear, but I've seen highlights. He's one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
The man had a mean hook. So shout out George Foreman. May God rest his soul, and hopefully his legacy continues on, man, because he was one of the greats.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better. All right, kid, let's get to our plays. But before we do, a quick word from our sponsor. We're brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or a new flavor jalapeno watching an opening day on Thursday. It doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. We will start in the NBA. We have 8 games here on a Monday. I want to make a few shout outs, though, real quick. Pistons secure first 40-win season since 2018. Shout out the Pistons. It's been a tough couple of years for them, but Kate Cunningham has been he is legit. Heat snap their losing streak. I mean, I don't know if you saw Wiggins the other night.
43, I think. 42.
He went crazy. Nuggets get back on track as well. They snapped their losing streak, and your boy, I saved the best for last. Harden passed Malone for 11th in scoring all time. That is insane. We are watching one of the best scorers of all time of our generation.
Yeah, real quick. I know you said my boy.
That is your boy. Let's be honest.
No, I am. I'm a claim. For the people listening out there, James Harden doesn't get the credit he deserves because he's not a champion.
That's a fact.
But what we witnessed when he became a Houston Rocket, I'm letting you know right now, people, you probably will never witness it again. The man averaged about 40 points a game for about 2 months. His over-under at one game was 49.5. He dropped 60. Let me repeat that.
Yeah.
His over-under was 49.5, and he dropped 61. And he also averaged 10 assists a game while averaging 40 plus a game. You gotta give credit where credit's due. James Harden, for about 3-4 years stretch, was arguably the greatest scorer of all time. For 3-4 year stretch. Look at the numbers, people. Look at the numbers. The only person that was putting up those type of numbers was Will Chamberlain and Kobe for about a month. And I think the year he had 81. Kobe was going crazy after he beat the case.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know right now. Check the numbers. James Harden is one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. Call me crazy. Call me what you want. I understand he's not a champion. But when it came to scoring the basket, James Harden is one of the greatest scorers in our lifetime in NBA history.
Well, that's a fact. And I mean, the numbers are saying it. Whether I think he's good or not, I can't deny the facts. I mean, at the age of 35, he's averaging 23 points per game. He's shooting 40%.
And people call him out of shape. He averaging 23.
He did it on purpose. I mean, he climbed 9 players this season. He's gonna pass Carmelo top 10. I mean, he's 479 points behind Carmelo, who's sitting at 10th. And from there, he needs just another 307 points to pass Shaq at 9.
And then let's not forget, people, he has over 3,000 threes.
Yeah.
He could make, I'm not saying, but some people can make the case he's the second greatest shooter of all time. I'm not saying he is.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you can make the case he's one of the greatest scorers of all time, and you can make the case he's the second greatest shooter of all time. I'm not saying he is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying some people can make the case.
So he's not going to pass Carmelo. I don't think he has
Not
11.
this year.
Not this year. There's only 11 games. 11 games left, but he should make very good headway and gaining ground on not just Melo, but Shaquille O'Neal as well. Next year, he's gonna be in the top 8, and then KD is at 8 at 30,000, and KD's still playing. So he's a top 10 scorer of all time. You just can't deny that. I mean, how many more years do you see James Harden playing? He's 35 right now. What, another 5 years, 4 years?
I say 3 years.
3 good years.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3 years, 20 points a game.
What do you think he ends with? 35?
No. 35 is a lot. I'm gonna say he ends because
I mean, LeBron is at 41.
Yeah, he's not getting 35.
35, he would be 4th. Kobe has 33.
Yeah, I don't say he passed. I'm gonna say he goes under Kobe. What Kobe got exactly? 33 what?
So Kobe has 33,643. Michael Jordan is 5th at 32,292. I think he could pass that.
He might pass Jordan.
And so I think KD can too.
You got to put this in perspective, people. James Harden came off the bench his first 2 years of his career. He came off the bench his first 2 years of his career. He wasn't.
You're an avid James Harden fan. Let's just be honest.
I am a James Harden fan. He wasn't Kobe. He wasn't Jordan. Told yo, shoot the ball 20 times a game. It's okay.
Is it because he played for the Nets?
No, if anything, he did me as a Nets fan dirty. He left.
He did.
And then we got Ben Simmons. We got Pickles. Yo, we got a TV stand for James Harden.
Yeah.
I got this lamp for James Harden.
For a Hall of Famer.
For a top 10 scorer of all time.
Wow. But I wanted to
has done more purpose for me in life than Ben Simmons has done for me as a Brooklyn Nets.
That's a fact. You can't dispute that. You can't dispute that.
And that's a shame.
I wanted to shed light on it just because that's your boy. I was like, you know what? I can't say anything bad about him. I got to tip my cap. I give credit where it's due. I'm fair. I would like to think of myself, so I gave him credit. There you go. You should be happy. You should be happy.
I'm not happy.
You should be happy. Until he's a champion, I will not say he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I gotta stand on my take. I have to. If I don't stand on my take, I live for nothing.
Is Carmelo Anthony a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes.
And James Harden is not.
I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
Olympic gold medalist.
James Harden's an Olympic gold medalist twice.
I'll also say, and he won in college too. First year, Syracuse. First year.
I can't argue with that, but James Harden is a multi I'm pretty sure is a 2-time Olympic gold winner.
Oh, Carmelo 3.
Yep, shout out Melo.
And also Carmelo, best Nick ever.
Wow.
Best Nick ever.
Yeah?
Yeah. You can't say that about James Harden. He went flip-flop. He keep going bounce.
All of us say, last year during the playoff run, these words came out your mouth. Jalen Brunson might be the biggest Nick ever. Not my words, your words.
My opinions are subject to change throughout my lifetime.
No, throughout a playoff run.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Okay. I might or might not have said that. But let's get to your picks. We got 8 games on the slate today, kid. Red Hot Phoenix Suns team in action.
Yeah, Phoenix Suns in action at 10 o'clock at night. They start 7 o'clock at night. Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic getting some life. And we just saw the Lakers coming off, in my opinion, their worst loss of the season to the Chicago Bulls at home. LeBron is back. Luka is there. Austin Reeves been balling. I think this is a great bounce back scenario for the Los Angeles Lakers. I understand the Magic kind of got their feet a little bit underneath them now. But give me the Lakers -3.5, -4 on the road tonight. To me, this is one of my favorite plays of today. Embarrassing a loss at home. Now you come back on the road. You bounce back after losing 2 straight. Next game, Toronto Raptors taking on the Washington Wizards. Where's your surprisingly favorites? Lane 1.5 minus 118 on the money line. Over under sitting at 227. Give me the dogs, Dale. Give me the Toronto Raptors plus 106 on the money line. I understand both teams lost 4 straight, but in my opinion, the Raptors are the better team. Give me the Raptors plus 106 on the money line. Next game, Boston Celtics sitting on the Sacramento Kings. Boston laying 4.5 on the road. Over under sitting at 223.5. Give me the Celtics on the road. I caught -4 earlier. I'll still lay the 4.5. At the end, we know how good Boston is, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win this game by double digits. Give me the 4.5 on the road with the Celtics, and then the last game you mentioned it already, the red hot Phoenix Suns taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. No Dame tonight. Bucks catching 3.5. Phoenix -143 on the money line. Dill, I'm gonna take Phoenix on the money line. If you want to lay the 3.5, by all means, I'm gonna play it safe. Give me the Phoenix Suns -145 on the money line.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. That's the one play I got. It is the Phoenix Suns money line -144. I saw it -140. So money.
If for last show, people, what I told you I +7. Wouldn't be surprised to win outright against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I've been a little cold lately, but that was a nice little dog right there. I think +2 something with the
And
Suns.
yeah, I wound up tailing that one, and they've quietly been playing some really good basketball. They won four.
Man,
they won 4 of the last 5. Yeah,
they had to. I wouldn't say must wins, but kind of must win games.
Obviously it's been some against weaker competitions, but like you mentioned, they beat the Cavs, and to be honest, Phoenix was in control from the start of that game, and I think it's kind of led some energy and confidence into this final stretch of the season. So yeah, I'm going to go with Phoenix here, -144.
And like I said, I'm going to keep alluding to it. I'm not going to say it's a must-win game, but still, Dallas Mavericks, Phoenix Suns, both 34 and 37 records, tied for the 10th seed. Phoenix Suns, it'll be, let's just say, an embarrassment if they don't even make the play-in. If Dallas happens to make the 10th seed with all the injuries, they don't even have enough guys to fill a roster at times. They have 8-man rotation. If that team somehow leaps over the Phoenix Suns, I think the Phoenix Suns ownership has to blow it up.
Real quick, also, Bradley Beal is out, but that is good for us. No, honestly,
crazy.
I
know, but that's crazy.
Phoenix 12-3 when Booker and Durant play without him this season, so we don't have to worry about that one. It is kind of crazy stat,
and
but
no Dame.
Yes,
no Dame, correct?
No Dame.
Yep.
All right, kid, let's get to the NHL. Only 4 games here on the ice. It was a tough one to watch on Saturday. Devils Ottawa was a game we kind of needed. About 11 games left, just like the NBA, until the end of the season, until playoffs start. Devils are back home. Their favorite -140 totals at 5.5. I'm gonna go over 5 here, man. Some books have 5.5, but the last 7 meetings between these two teams, they have a combined 6 goals or more. So I'm gonna take goals here. I like Quinn Hughes, the brother of Jack and Luke Hughes on Vancouver, get a lot of shots. I think he had 8 or 9 shots on goal last game. So I like that as well. I'm going to take the Devils. I think it's a must win. They've lost 3 in a row at home before they go on a road trip. I think the Devils have to take care of this one. So I'm going to take the Devils in that one. And then the other game, there's only 4 games, Columbus and New York. Really no opinion on that one. Minnesota and Dallas. I am going to take the under 5.5 here. 2 good goalies. Obviously, you got the Dallas Stars, Jake Ottinger. He's 602 in his lifetime versus Minnesota as well, with just 2.37 goals against. So I think goals will be a premium here. So I do like the under as well. Under 5.5 at -130. A little chalky. And then no real opinion here for the the Utah Hockey Club and Detroit Red Wings. Do you have any plays here, kid, for NHL?
Nah, I end up staying away from the ice just for now. Playoffs is right around the corner. I wasn't able to talk to Cuddy, so I'm not gonna force anything upon the people.
All right, kid. And then let's get to the opening day slate on Thursday. It all starts. Obviously, the season started last week in the Tokyo Japan series, but we have officially underway on Thursday. First game is 3 o'clock over here in the Bronx. So we just have totals right now. Not totals. We just have money lines. Totals haven't come out. And then spreads or run lines, excuse me, will come out later in the week. But we could start right here. Yankees, Carlos Rodon. We do have pitchers as well. Freddie Peralta, Brewers plus 138, Yankees minus 164. Any play here for you, kid?
Nah, I ended up staying away from the Yankee game just because this opening day, people. I'm not trying to force a ton of plays. Got to see how things work out. So not forcing too much. Not trying to give a lot of opinions. Sound like I was zoning in on spring training anyway. So just gonna start slow. Start slow.
Yeah, no opinion here. I do think the Yankees are a little overpriced. I had them around minus 140, minus 145. So maybe it's a wait and see. Maybe Yankee money comes in and we could get a better number. Excuse me, with
The delusional fans, the money will be coming.
yeah, so maybe get a nice live line here with the Brewers. Let's go to Toronto Blue Jays, home puppies, plus 102 against the Orioles with Zach Eflin going for the Blue Jays, for the Orioles, and then Jose Barrios going for the Blue Jays. I'm going to take the Blue Jays first 5+1/2. I'm going to take them full game. I think the wrong team is favored. I like the Orioles, Zach Eflin, but Jose Barrios at home, it was fantastic last season. Offensively, I do worry. I don't know. I don't think it'll be a high-scoring game here with two good pitchers on the mound, but I'm going to take the home team here. I do think Jose Barrios is the better pitcher. I think he could really limit the Orioles here. So, yeah, first 5+1/2, I'm going to take them on the money line. I think they should be the favorite. Any opinion here?
Yeah, Dill, I'm going on the opposite side. Give me the O's minus 120 on the money line. Yeah, I do agree with you, Zach Eflin and Jose. Great pitchers, pretty good pitchers. I do expect a low scoring ball game, but who do I trust more? I think I'm gonna go with Eflin. Which team? What? Honestly, how should I say this? Baltimore is a regular season team, Dill. What's the start of opening day? The regular season. Give me the Baltimore Orioles minus 120 on the money line. They go take care of business in the regular season.
All right, let's go to your Red Sox on the road to start the year off against former Red Sox Nathan Eovaldi and the Texas Rangers. Rangers favorite minus 118 against your new pitcher Garrett Crochet at plus 100 even money. I hate to do it, but I'm going to go the Rangers. We talked about it. Hey, we're high on the Rangers this year, and possibly a dark horse to win the AL West. Like Nathan Eovaldi, he didn't have the best spring training, which worries me a little bit, but I do trust the bats of the Rangers, and we'll see how Garrett Crochet does with the Red Sox. But I'm going to take the short price here with the Rangers.
Yeah, I ended up staying away from this game. Me personally, I do like the under. I don't expect a ton of runs scored. Our bats last season was very quiet. I don't expect a ton of noise from the Rangers on opening day either way. So if I had to play in this game, it will probably be the under at plus 105.
All right, let's go to the capital, Washington, D.C. Mackenzie Gore going, and they are home dogs against Zach Wheeler and the Phillies. Phillies, big favorites, minus 172. Mackenzie Gore and the Nationals, plus 144. No play for me here. I think just too big of a line here. I don't want to lay that big on opening day with Zach Wheeler. They should win the game. Maybe if we could get plus money, I'll see if I'll take them on the run line, but no play here on the money line for me. How about you?
Yeah, I highly doubt we'll be able to get plus money on the run line. Dale is already at plus 145 on the money line. It'll probably be minus 130 around there. So it'll depends, but I'm with you. Philly definitely should win this game. If anything, sprinkle on the run line, but maybe just to stay away.
All right, let's go to the next game. Should be a good one here. Kansas City Royals taking on the Cleveland Indians. Royals got Cole Ragans going and Tanner Beebe going for the Indians. Minus 130 for the Royals here at home, plus 110 for the Guardians. I'm going to go with Cole Ragans. He was so profitable for us last season. He's the elite pitcher. Bobby Witt Jr. isn't hurt, so I think offensively they'll do enough to get to Tanner Beebe. So I'm going to take the Royals here, minus 130. Anything here?
Yeah, I'm with you, Dill. Honestly, I'm kind of jealous. I caught minus 135 on the Royals. I think we're both fading the Guardians this year. Hey,
Yeah, we are.
Hopefully they can prove us wrong. I doubt it, but give me the Kansas City Royals minus 135 on the money line.
All right. Yeah, I am fading the Cleveland Indians this season. Think they'll have a down year and miss the playoffs. Let's go to Houston, another team I might be fading. Framber Valdez at home against my New York Mets. Clay Holmes was fantastic in spring training. Gets to start as the opening day starter. He's earned it. And they're plus 112, minus 132 for Houston. They should be the favorites. I'm going to take the Mets in the first 5. I think the way Clay Holmes has been pitching, I think will be very close. So I'm going to take first 5 Mets plus a half a run, or if you want to take some plus money, I do like the Mets. I think they'll keep this one close. So yeah, give me the Mets first 5 plus a half.
I have a little more faith than you, Dill. Surprisingly, give me the Mets on the money line plus 105. This is another team, Houston. I'm not gonna say I'm fading. I just gotta see, because they were a disappointing team last year, and in my opinion, they didn't get better. So wouldn't be surprised if Houston starts off slow like they did last year. But also a little concern in the back of my mind how slow the Mets started last year. But in my opinion, on day one, they're the much better team on paper. Give me the Mets plus 105.
All right, let's go to Cincinnati. Hunter Green taking the bump against the San Francisco Giants. Logan Webb gets the opening day start for the Giants. Close on the books. Reds minus 118. San Francisco plus money at even money. I'm going to take Hunter Green and the Reds here. Short price minus 118. Think they have the home field advantage. And Logan Webb, we've been saying it for 3 years on the pod. He is a guy you want to back at home on the road. You do not want any parts of him. So I'm going to go Hunter Green here and the Cincinnati Reds on the money line minus 118.
So it's another stay away from me. I do like Webb on the mound, not for nothing. So I'll probably lean, first 5 San Francisco, but other than that, I'm gonna just stay away.
All right, let's go to San Diego. Excuse me. Michael King going for the Padres. They are hosting against the Atlanta Braves. And Braves, Chris Sale, your boy, on the mound, coming off a Cy Young.
He ain't my boy.
Not anymore.
He was not a Cy Young caliber pitcher when he was on the Red Sox.
No, not with you guys. And he had a fantastic year last year. Coming off his Cy Young performance. They're short price here on the road, minus 122, and that's where I'm gonna go. I mean, I thought they would be minus 140, minus 145. I'll take the minus 122. Think Chris Sale is going to dominate. I just hope he doesn't pitch that many innings. Because I'm a Met fan, and hopefully he just doesn't get hurt. He was kind of like an outlier of a season last year, and Michael King is good, but I just think this offense, they're getting all their stars back. Braves are just a better team, in my opinion. San Diego, we talked about it last episode. They didn't do anything in the offseason to help this team. So give me the Braves. I think they should be bigger of a favorite, minus 122.
Yeah, this is another one I think everybody should jump on. Because it's not going to be long. We're going to see the Braves at minus 120, minus 125. Come May, come June, they're going to be like the Dodgers. They're going to be minus 180 every game. So, in my opinion, to get this good of a price on opening day with Chris Sale on the mound, I think we got to hit. Might be a trap. It might be a trap. But give me the minus 120 with Atlanta Braves. Still love the minus 125. And I'm going to be honest, people, it might be even worth a sprinkle on the run line.
Yeah, next 2 games, I don't have anything. White Sox, Angels. Angels big favorites on the road. Nothing, no opinion on that one. Got a good pitching matchup here in Miami. Paul Skeens going against Sandy Alcantara. Sandy Alcantara coming back from that injury. See how he performs. And Paul Skeens, filthy. He's just... He might be the best pitcher in the majors in his second year. So absolutely filthy stuff. Minus 158. Maybe you want to look at his strikeout prop, but it's probably going to be around 8.5 opening day. He's looking like the Grome numbers, honestly. Maybe an under, maybe first 5 under. Got 2 really good pitchers. So no opinion on those 2 games. You got anything for me there?
Yeah, I'm with you. If anything, I'll lean the under 7 on the total, minus 118 on the money. Like you said, with Sandy on the mound, I already know with Paul what he brings. Wouldn't be surprised if it was like a 3-2 game, especially wouldn't be surprised if it's 1-0 first 6.
All right, let's go out to St. Louis. The Cardinals hosting the Minnesota Twins. Twins short favorites here on the road, minus 112 with Pablo Lopez, and then Sonny Gray on the mound for the Cardinals. Another one, I think the Cardinals here should be the favorite with Sonny Gray. I'll take them first 5 money line, and I'll take them full game money line. I am not – people like Pablo Lopez. I I guess maybe it's just me. I'm not a high believer in Pablo Lopez. Do I think he's a good pitcher? Yes. Do I think he's something to write home about? No, not really.
Is he an ace?
He's a good solid number 2, number 3. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
he's a number 1. If he is your number 1, I think you have some issues, which is why I'm kind of faded Minnesota this year. But yeah, give me St. Louis here. I'm a big Sonny Gray guy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree with you. I have no side on this game, but if it had to just come down to the pitchers, it's Sonny Gray all day. So home team, better pitcher. I think the right side is the St. Louis Cardinals at -110.
Swipe hit me up again. It's Sunday League. It's 3 to 4 months. It's $196 and has playoff games. That didn't tickle my fancy, if I'm being honest. Another good pitching matchup. Tariq Skubal coming off his Cy Young performance last season on the road, taking on the Red Hot Dodgers, coming off a season sweep of the series
Cubs.
sweep, excuse me, of the Cubs. Blake Snell is taking his first start with the Dodgers, -152 on the money line, +128 for the Tigers. Probably another first 5 under for me. I mean, 2 really good pitchers. I think it'll be like a 1-0, 0-0 through 5 innings. Really, until the bullpens come in, that's when you really want to jump on a team here. But -152 is not a bad price on the money line for the Dodgers, if I'm being honest. Anything here, kid?
Call me crazy. I think the Detroit Tigers are live dogs opening day. We saw the Dodgers take care of business in Japan. Apologize, in Japan in the series, took care of business. Now they're back at home. Wouldn't be shocked at all they lose their first game at home. So give me, I'm not gonna take it, but give me a little sprinkle on Detroit money line +130.
All right, 3 games left. Logan Gilbert going for the Mariners. They're -164 at home against Luis Severino, new pitcher for the Athletics. +138. No opinion. I do think the Mariners, maybe add them in one of your money line parlays, but I don't want to back the Athletics here. Severino, he was good with the Mets, but he was good at home. On the road, he kind of struggled. So I'm not going to be backing there. I think there will be spots where we could back the Athletics here, but not in this spot. So
hey, Athletics was profitable for the show last year.
they were. Like I said, I think there are going to be spots where we can.
Wait, did they move to Vegas yet?
No, next year will be their first year. Yeah. So anything here, kid, or no?
No, just same way. Come August, Athletics is live on this show.
Let's go to Arizona. 2 games left. Zach Allen going for the Snakes against Justin Steele and the Cubbies. Cubbies looking to get their first win of the season, +126 on the road. Zach Allen at home, -148. Now, I told you I was very high on the D-backs. I'm going to be backing them a lot. I don't think I could back them here, though. I do think the Cubs might be live. Justin Steele, very good pitcher. And, on the road here, I think the Cubs might be live, so I mean it's to stay away, but yeah, that's what I got here. What do you got?
It's a stay away from me, Dill. Don't get me wrong. Do I think Chicago could win their first game of the season? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to be a tough matchup against Arizona in Arizona? Yes. So I'm gonna stay away. -155 is a little rich for me on the money line, but
Yeah.
if you want, I think Arizona is a great team to put in a parlay.
All right, and then let's get to the last game. Tampa Bay Rays. Oh no, that's Friday. Never mind. That's all I got, kid. Even though they got lines up already for Friday. Kid, what do you got? Anything else? I'm watching a trial, which is why my focus is kind of in and out right now. We got former UFC champion Cain Velasquez. Is his sentencing is the verdict is due in about 20 minutes. Do you know the story? 25 to life.
Oh, that's the dude that killed his
his daughter got I shouldn't be saying it, but yeah, his daughter got for people who don't know, got raped, and then he went and killed the guy. And
he wasn't clear thinking, he was acting rational and as a father instinct. I say give him second, third-degree manslaughter.
He has a family, and I'm not. No one's advocating for shooting someone, but And I don't think we would know because we're not parents yet. But when you're a parent, you do anything to protect your child.
If somebody kicks my dog, I'm gonna beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
Whoever kicks my dog, you're gonna have a broken bone or two.
And what I really like is the whole UFC and mixed martial arts community is really gathering together, whether they've had beefs or anything, and they're really coming together and just supporting Cain Velasquez because first Mexican champion, and he's a pioneer in the sport. And man, I really hope I hope him and his family find peace during this time. He's even come out and said, "Listen, I handled the situation wrong. I know I didn't do the best thing, but as a parent, I just did what I thought was right at the time." So very tough. So that's why I'm watching that, seeing what happens there. The prosecution wants him behind bars for the rest of his life, and obviously the defense wants him no charges at all.
Yeah,
which I hear you.
Yeah, to me, he should be let go today with time served.
Yeah, I agree. So we will see. Prayers up for Cain. But yeah, kid. Any last words before we get up out of here? We'll be back Thursday. Hey, this weekend, the start of the UFL season.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be locked and loaded. We're gonna have a ton of plays for you guys Thursday. Maybe not a ton, but a few. And free Cain.
Yeah, and free Cain. Kid, enjoy the games. Good luck, and we'll see you